you are going to see that this is pink. This is fuchsia. Okay, this is a nice, loud fuchsia color. All right? And this fuchsia color, no matter where I go, if you don't have RG defect, if you're not colorblind, if I ask you what is, or blind period, okay? If I ask you what color is this, you're going to say pink. It's pink. What are you talking about? It's pink. But if I were to take, I don't know, if I took some greens and I ate some and then I gave you some, we might say two totally different things about them greens. The taste is different to each one. You've experienced it your way. I've experienced it my way. But it's still an experience. It's still valid because it happened. Okay? Just because I love greens and Jiffy cornbread like the ground that I walk on and the air that I breathe, just because of that, it doesn't mean that because you don't like Jiffy cornbread that you're wrong in some sense. You know? You've experienced Jiffy cornbread for yourself and you don't like it. That's good for you. But I'm staying with my Jiffy cornbread. I got my mind made up and I won't turn back because I'm going to eat my cornbread on Sunday. Come on. It's a personal experience, y'all. It's personal. Your experience with Christ is personal. Your flavor of salvation is personal. Don't freak out if somebody else, okay, some people shout at church, okay? Some people shout. Some people shout and buck and holler and sweat and hit one of these. They hit those the whole time. And God said, and it's whole Moses. And you be like, what is so funny? It's the flavor. Pastor has experienced God to such an extent that he can't help but he can't help himself. He got to rear back and tilt that head back and go. Come on, church. Got some of them old church mamas. They got their experience with Christ. They make them want to, yeah, Jesus. That's that flavor. That's that flavor, y'all. Now, I was raised in multicultural churches, so we got people doing all sorts of craziness. We got people jumping up and down, and we got people just, you know, we got them kids that used to listen to rock music when they was in the world, so they come to church and during praise and worship, they be, that's their flavor, church. That's their flavor, church. I can't knock them. They be walking around with that yellow, green, blue hair. But I can't knock them. That's their flavor. That's their flavor. That's their flavor. Now, we know that it's personal. It's personal. It's personal. Flavor is personal. And so that's why it's important that when we're out and about and living, I got y'all. I ain't preaching y'all. See, I'm preaching them over here. You gotta live the life, y'all. Don't you look at me like that. You gotta live to you too. You gotta live the life, man. In front of all them people, I ain't preaching to y'all. Y'all better help me pray. Pray for these people over here. Y'all gotta live the life so that other people can taste the flavor. Who's ever seen Skittles? I know I love Skittles, man. I love me some Skittles. And I used to love watching the commercials because it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like in the commercials everybody's just eating candy and it's all good, you know. It's got people flying and dipping out of airplanes and swerving on like surfboards, and it's like, what does this have to do with eating candy? But at the end, they'd always say the same thing. Taste the rainbow. They're saying experience this candy. You ain't just eating this candy. You are breathing, existing this candy. This candy is who you are, okay? But that's what we got to do. And that's why I can't tell you. People ask me a lot, why did you give your heart to Jesus so early? And how is it? And, don't you ever think about boys? And don't you ever feel weak sometimes? And I look up, then I look back at them, because you got to look up before you can look at anybody else. That's the thing, y'all. Got to look up. Look inside and make sure it's what you see when you look up. And then you can look at somebody else, and they'll see you, and they'll see what's inside, and then they'll look up. But I look up, and I look out, and this is what I say. Taste and see that the Lord is good. I can't tell it like you might tell it. See, I haven't been on drugs. I haven't done crack cocaine. I haven't even had sex yet. I haven't had a boyfriend. There's nothing. I can't say, if that's what people expect from me, then I can't give it to them. All I can give them is this. I once was lost, but now I'm found. And the funny thing about it was, I was lost, and I was in the place where everybody's supposed to get found. Wow. I was raised in the church. I used to sleep on the pew when they was having all-night prayer service. I'd sleep under the pew. I'd hide in my closet so I didn't have to go. Ooh. Never mind. Help me, Jesus. Oh, yeah. But, I was in a place where you're supposed to be found. This is where the spotlight's supposed to be. And I was lost, walking around in a place full of light. But maybe it wasn't, I don't know, maybe it wasn't as light as I thought it was. Maybe, it'll just boggle your brain. And the thing about it is, when I give my testimony, I can't tell it. I can't say your flavor. I can't say your flavor. I respect your flavor. I totally respect your flavor. I know people who've been anorexic. I know people who've been bulimic. I know people who've come out of all sorts of stuff. I know those people. But I don't condemn them for their flavor. Come on, church. Just because I wasn't swaggering on the corner doesn't mean that I'm less of a sinner than anybody else. Just because I wasn't puff passing doesn't mean that I'm more saved than somebody else. See, their flavor is different. It's unique. God needs all the flavors. He needs all the flavors. God is an ice cream shop owner. Baskin-Robbins has 31, but God has so many more flavors. And the thing about it is, you can't taste them all. But the funny thing about it is, sometimes people, when they like a color or they like a flavor, they like it because it identifies with something inside of them. I am a very frilly girl. I'm a very frilly girl. I didn't play with action figures. I was playing with Barbies and dolls and playing mom when I was a kid. I've been in a few pageants. I'm frilly. I'm girly. I enjoy being a girl. But I'm totally frilly, and because of that, I look at the color pink, and it just sets my world on fire. I love pink. And I like, thank you. I like bubble gum. I like to smell flowers. There's a perfume called Pleasure's Delight. It smells like s'mores, and I love it because I can identify with it somehow. I can't quite name it, but somehow it makes me feel like more of me. And the same thing with flavors. Not everybody's saved. We all know this. And if you don't, then you need to come to this altar because somebody's got to pray for you. Just because a rat is in a cookie jar, don't make it a cookie. Just because a cookie is in a garage, it don't make it a car. So when other people come to a setting, to a place, and they see you